everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. We're on the air. I didn't say that.
Yes, you're going to kill everybody for your computer being a piece of shit.
Okay. Well, this will entail a lot of editing, but we're on the air, so
No,
we're,
we're not
we're
editing
ready to
nothing.
go.
No editing.
Yeah, no edits.
Nope.
Okay, so back at the offices of Lucen Resorts,
Something about a jumpsuit.
you had just been told by a trio of Lausanne Resorts employees who are in very smart khaki safari jumpsuit business wear. A human man, a human woman, and a female Saurian.
Ooh. Hey now.
Give me a second.
Do you come here often?
And so they had just explained that before you can be allowed to you've got to go through a physical to make sure that you're not bringing any kind of illnesses or parasites, and that you're all up to date on your shots to defend against jungle pathogens and that sort of thing, because they're very protective of Fallow's ecosystem. So they're asking if we're going to take your bags upstairs to get them loaded onto the transport, and we'll just take you down for a quick 10-minute physical.
Gee, I can't get away from this physical, can I? Fuck. All right. I'm gonna flash them my Pan-Galactic badge. I'm like, I already had my physical. You're good. I'm not going through another one. I've had enough. I just want to get on this ship and relax. So trust me, I'm fine.
And unless you're going to get your proper shots, you're not getting on the air car. It's part of the federal regulations of the time system and part of the Fallow Protection Act of 2063. We're afraid that there's no exceptions. You're just met by the female Saurian comes forward and says, "Is there a problem?"
There might be.
And I step forward and I say to her, "Isn't there some way that we can, work this out?" And I get in like real close to her.
You gonna work your moves there?
I believe she's actually a Khamir. So she's got the head frill, and the claws and the spiky tail.
Even
so her frill flashes a ripple of orange, which means that she's repressing the impulse to extend her claws.
And
she says,
maul your face.
This is a very important day for all of you, and we really should start it off on the right foot.
Getting us on this.
We just want to make sure that everything goes smoothly, and that will require a few simple, non-invasive medical tests. Everything will be kept confidential within this facility.
All right.
So she says non-invasive, and I go, "Non-invasive, eh?" And I give her a wink, and I'm like, "Well, why didn't you say so?"
And bend over for the soap.
And I'll I'll take a step back from her.
Okay. The two of you lock eyes, and there's a long, uncomfortable silence that's uncomfortable for everyone but the two of you. And then her coworkers come in, and one actually speaks. It's very difficult for humans to speak brusque, but he speaks brusque. So he says to Tick Tick, "Sir, if you would please follow me, this won't take a moment. And might I say, I'm really quite impressed with your sense of style." And he motions to your blonde-dyed
You're getting hit on.
carapace.
All right, so the forward torso, Russ torso, he stands up a little more erect, and as his legs chitter forward, his thorax he seems to kind of squat a bit, and a proboscis kind of sticks out from the rear end, and he says,
What the fuck?
He says, "How many fluid ounces do you need?" And I'm basically showing him my dick. So how many fluid ounces do you need?
Not here. Not here.
They said, "No,
God.
we just need to perform a few scans. Please come to medical with us."
Jesus Christ. Now, how am I going to unsee that?
And the other human asks Gluto and Logan, "Would you please come with me?" And so you're left standing face to face with the female Saurian, and she says, "By the way, my name is Jakarta."
Okay.
Hmm.
I say
And you are?
my first name is Koras. I have yet to earn my honorific.
He's still a virgin, so he doesn't get his last name yet. You're muted there, Tim.
Korath. Why do I know that name? Do you have an older sister?
I don't remember. Do I have an older sister?
Yes.
Indeed.
Would she be Trigunda?
Yes, she is. Do you know of my father as well?
I've seen, only by reputation, but I've seen your sister speak publicly many times. She is quite an impassioned speaker.
Yes, indeed.
Passion.
This is your sister, the the big political activist.
Yep.
Not the criminal one that you've lost track of.
She'll show up later as a plot point.
Okay, so all of your physicals are rather unusual. You're basically scanned from head to toe, and it's almost as if they're taking just measurements of you.
For what, a coffin? What the fuck?
They do scans for muscle mass and chemical composition, but they're really almost as interested in the length of your limbs, the width of your palms. So it's a rather odd physical.
Jesus, what are we going down there for food?
Do you want to question the doctor?
Yeah, I'm obviously used to physical.
All of the doctors are robots.
The doctors are robots. All right, are they have any? Are they programmed for human interaction or just these one tasks?
All right. No, they can communicate.
All right, Tin Man, what's with these scans? This is not your usual physical that I'm used to, and I've had a lot of physicals. What the palm of my hand size? I mean, for other activities maybe, but what's going on?
These were the tests that I've been programmed to perform upon you, sir. Are you comfortable?
No, I'm not at all.
What would you state would be your level of discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10?
10. Get me a human. Get me someone I can speak to.
I have requested a biological assistant.
Thank you.
And the human comes in and says, "Is there a problem?"
This is I'm used to generic, non-invasive, and some invasive physicals. We won't go into those, but this is really kind of an odd data information gathering session. These scans. You need to know the size of our limbs and our palms. What can you be a little forthcoming as to what this is actually for? Because like I said, this is unusual, even for me.
He smiles, leans forward, and says, "Upon arrival at the resort, you're all to be issued a new wardrobe of safari clothing. It was meant to be a surprise. We hope that you won't ruin it for the rest of them."
God damn it! All right, continue.
Okay. And she smiles knowingly, and she says, "You tend to be nervous."
I'm not
Are you
nervous. I'm
afraid
just wary.
there will be cocktails served on the flight if that would help.
Probably. Just keep them coming.
Okay. Does anyone else wish to question their robo-physician?
No, I'm distracted with the whole situation with the female saurian, so I
I'm gonna
don't
get
give too much thought.
You are not given a robotic doctor. She performs the tests and examinations herself.
Whoa! Jesus.
I appreciate that.
I'm sure.
Were you shot? Were you shot in the exchange at the bar a couple of days ago?
I don't remember if I was shot or if I took shrapnel. I know I took damage.
We all took. I think we all took like a little bit of shrapnel.
I don't recall off
Okay,
the top of my
she
head.
looks over at as she does the wounds, as she does the scan, she picks up the recent injury, presses it with like her finger to see if it's still sore, if it's still tender.
I wince a little bit.
And she smiles and says, "Someone's been a naughty boy. Are these fresh?"
Oh, she's.
Relatively fresh. I got into a little bit of a tiff the other day with
He slipped and he fell.
didn't agree with my politics.
Fuck. Am I near
Do
him?
they live?
No, you're in your own robot thing.
No, you're all private.
Well,
She
what?
says, whoever did this to you, do they still live?"
They do not.
And she just breaks into a grin.
Wow, you're getting
And
something
says-
tonight.
And she says, "Follow me." And she looks down at her chronochrome and she says, "Your friends have all been cleared, and so are you. Please, I'll walk you to the elevator."
I'm assuming like I'm sitting on the table, so she looks at her chronicom. I reach up and I grab her hand, and I lean in and I caress her cheek.
Okay, hold on. She attacks you.
Fuck.
My
Well,
dex
actually,
is
what's the reaction
65.
speed? Your RS, reaction speed. Gotta get back into the terminology.
50.
All right.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's actually not a bad reaction speed. Roll it.
All right, what am I rolling?
Just roll your reaction speed. You want to get under.
All right. 78. I did not.
She spins around. She snatches her hands away, spins around, and hits you square with her tail
Nice. Is that a love tap?
point and knocks you like 4 steps backwards. She did not have her spikes extended, but she is down in a fighting crouch. And you don't know where she had it, but she has pulled out a black ceramic fighting knife.
Whoa.
And then she's like looking up at you and says, "Oh no, we are nowhere near that stage yet." She says, "You can persist or you can back off."
Wow.
I
guess no
I would say you're backing off.
I get a big toothy grin, and I kind of give her like a bow. I extend my hands out to the side, and then I give her a little, you know, fingers off the forehead.
And she recites something to you as in a smile, puts the blade away, and like bows and walks out. And what she recites to you is like some old school Sarian Bushido shit. So this is like ultra traditional Sarian militarism.
Okay.
That, you know, I mean, you don't really have many memories of the homeworld, but it was very common then. It's very less common now since you've resettled in the frontier.
Okay.
Um,
But I'm sure I'm familiar with it from my father and
yes.
his political leaning. So I nod and I kind of file that away in the back of my head. Figure I'm gonna wind up making another trip out here at some point.
Okay. So, so Tick Tick, during your examination, the guy is very cordial with you. And he says, it's strange that you'd fall in with such a rough and tumble crowd. You seem such a sensible
Enlightenment of the universe comes through experience with many different races.
Word.
Okay. And there's doesn't have much to mention to you. And Gluto, you are, I think, believe you were also injured
Yeah.
in the exchange, or were you the only person not?
Actually, I don't think I was injured. I don't know. Oh no, I think
You
I
were out
took.
with the giant.
Yeah,
you
I
were
know.
out with the explosives.
I did take 13 damage from something.
Okay.
Oh, I think it
So
was
again, you have a recent
when the
injury.
girls grabbed me when I tried to pull the lady off the table. They grabbed me and whacked me.
Yeah, she hit you with martial arts.
Yeah.
The guy says, you look to see you have some subcutaneous scarring here. Have you recently been in a fight?
Yeah, bar fight. No big deal. I can take it.
He says, might I treat this with some relaxants? We don't want you cramping up while you're doing any strenuous hiking.
I eagerly expose the wounded area to him.
Oh.
And he does treat it. Although you were healed by like an herbal guy who was,
Right.
kind of half mob doctor. So you get much more proper medical treatment for this wound. And you are all brought up to the roof. And the trio of them say, well, we hope that you enjoy your trip. The air car is and as you're getting into the air car, you see that it is a retired military model, modified for extreme long range. So you will not be going to the airport. You will be flying directly to Fallow from here. And it's probably about the size.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say it
the
saves
aircar
us a stop along the way.
You're right. It would usually have about 12 people, but it is just the four of you in this air car, so you have a bit of a spacious cabin. And they have a robot as a steward to supply you with food and drink and all of your needs in the cabin. And they say, well, simply have a seat, and your pilot will be activated shortly, and you'll be on your way. Please, and we really hope that you enjoy your hunt. And the last part of your surprise is that you've been issued a permit to bring down a spanga, which is a enormous six-legged elk-like herbivore. They are considered to be the prize big game animal on Fallow.
Cool.
Are they going to be providing us with weapons for said hunt?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an all-inclusive. You'll have a guide. You'll have weapons.
Nice. Shoot the guides.
So they say, we.
Are any of us dentists?
Dentists? I don't believe so.
Don't believe.
I failed out of that.
So when we get our bags back,
so you are.
I was just gonna say we get our
bags
bags.
are
Oh my god.
they're stowed.
Okay. All right.
They're in the
Fair
belly of the air car.
Okay.
Okay, so
do we have access to any kind of like data pads to do any reading or research on anything?
every seat has a screen pad which accesses the local Los End database and entertainment grid. So you can watch movies, you can read, you can do searches.
I would like to do a search and read up on Spengas, and also find out do the Spengas have any natural predators? And what?
The Spengas do have natural predators, but you're not allowed to shoot them. Because they are an integral part of the food chain. You can bring down a large male Spenga because if he has a herd of females, they'll just go to other herds. So bringing down one of them doesn't hurt anything. It's part of a controlled cull of their population. But you do read that they can be quite dangerous, and unless they're brought down cleanly, they almost always turn on their hunters. And last year there were 7 fatalities.
Okay, so most hunters stalking Spengas also do not have to contend with and battle against the Spenga's natural predators that come after them as well.
Usually not, but these are always on guided hunts, so the guides know how to protect from the natural predators.
Okay, and how would a injured how would an injured Spenga usually retaliate against the hunter? Do they have arms, claws, teeth?
The front paws are they have extra joints, allowing them to be very nimble, and the hooves can be razor sharp. And of course, being gored by the massive moose-like rack of antlers.
All right. Well,
so you're reading up on these vicious Svenga. When the steward bot comes out and he says, "Gentlemen, would you all care for a complimentary beverage? Something special has been sent with me from Jakarta."
Sure, why not?
Jakarta, the Saurian?
Right. A panel opens up, and a small ceramic bottle with 4 shot glass size ceramic cups come out. And you see that it's a very expensive bottle of Starian spirit and a very traditional serving set. These were made on the Saurian homeworld, and they were packed away on one of the evacuation ships. So you're probably looking at a 4,000 credit worth of wine and
I will accept my cup.
I will accept with a smile.
Same. Well, not the smile. I'm going to sniff it suspiciously and then drink it.
I'll drink it.
It's to the Saurian palate. It is very potent. And you know, it's almost like a very fine sake. You know, whether your characters like it or not is up to you. But it's definitely something unusual. You've never had a spirit like this before. And then suddenly another panel opens in the top of the bot after you've all had a drink. And extending is a 2-foot-tall black spike. And at the bottom of the spike is a red button.
The eject button.
And the bot then extends a hologram to the left, and you see a very large, scarred Khmer Saurian, a hologram of him. And he's wielding a sword, and he's in military dress. You don't recognize him, but he just says one word, and it's Kvat.
My ear, well, I guess he probably has tympanic membranes, but he catches all of his attention.
Kvat is again, ancient, very formal Saurian Bushido. And Kvat is a challenge to a young man seeking to join a noble clan. Basically, a young warrior who wants to marry into a noble family and receive the title Shentru Ja, which means Prince of the Blade. He has to go through a very formalized set of 5 challenges. Now, the candidate is allowed to bring a company of warriors with him. Usually, the trials are impossible to survive without a group, because it's also a show of, does this candidate have a group of warriors who would fight with him? So basically, you have been challenged to join a very powerful noble family. If you accept, you have to shed your blood on this spike. If you refuse, you have to press that red button.
So I stand up. I don't say anything to anybody else on the, they're all looking at like, God, what the hell is this? I get up, I grab the spike, and I just right into my hand.
It would, let me see. Part of the Bushido, it would be a horrible dishonor to the ceremony if your warriors were led into this unaware. It would invalidate the whole point of going in with a group, because you're supposed to prove that you can inspire the loyalty of a group of warriors. If you trick them into doing this unwilling, it dishonors the whole thing. Whether you give a shit about that or not, is up to you. But the formality of it is that they're supposed to go in with their eyes open. And I will tell you, people die on the trials of Kvat. These are not easy tests. They're not supposed to. You are petitioning to be part of a royal family. Right, and you don't even know who this fucking guy is.
Shit.
Right.
Did we see this?
But it's a Khmer.
Right.
Did we see any of this exchange, or no?
Yeah, it's all happening right in front of us.
All right. What the hell? What's going on?
You see the wine and the spike and the red button and the hologram saying Kvat, but none of you know what it means.
Yeah, you're right. You look agitated.
Probably about like 9.
Okay, so since I know all that, the formality that's entailed, so I don't do the other thing. So I stand up and I look at the bot and I look at the spike and I turn around and I look back at you guys and I say, this is a challenge to me and by extension to you. If you would join me in this quest, I am being tasked to potentially join one of the noble houses. There are many trials that would come before us, and I'd want to know if you guys would be willing to fight with me so that I could claim my place and eventually reclaim my homeland, my home planet.
All right, Chewbacca, let's do this.
Tic chirps, and his pendant interprets it, and it says, "In the end, do you also win a mate?"
I believe that this could be Jakarta's sire.
What a bunch of hoops to jump
They are
through to get
the same clan.
Holy shit.
It is a worthy task.
If you look really
You
closely,
to
it's
find a mate
possible
and
they
have
could
more
be
eggs.
related.
Well, it's all circumstantial, I guess, by my perspective. But I'm thinking it could be.
So yeah,
What do we gotta
Tic
do?
says yes. Have many eggs, and I will join you on your quest for many
What do we have to do?
eggs.
As each of you two guys accepts, he nods, with humbleness.
How much does the noble house pay?
This is strictly for honor, and the reclamation of my home
And eggs.
and eggs.
I think this is some kind of hilarious joke, so I'll just go along with it. It sounds funny.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'm odd man out. Sure, why not? What the fuck? Butt my coat up and sit back and sip my wine. Fucking bullshit.
Indeed, he bows very low to you guys.
Hey, it's not low enough. Keep going.
Yeah, he turns back around. He grabs the spike and gives a
Well,
shot.
I'm not doing that.
You shed your blood
shedding
upon the spike.
as I say, the shedding of the blood is my own.
All right. You sure you don't have to sit on that or anything?
I'm sure.
All right. That's good.
Okay. The hologram gives you a brief message. Korath, Centruja of House Vargon. House Vargon
Did you say Margon?
is what your Vargon. I believe your mother's name was Vargon.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, hold on. No, I'm sorry. Your sister's name is Vargon.
Yeah, it was a sister. Yeah.
How many
Not,
family members?
He says,
It's like
I am Trigunda. Basically, when he says that, he's basically telling you that somehow your sister has unified her family under her banner.
Oh snap!
Your house has been formed by your sister.
Okay.
He says that I am Trigunda. Your sister has petitioned for you to be my personal Sendruja, which would be you would fight his duels, you would watch his back, you would be his second in command and regent. And you realize your sister has not only united her house, she's trying to marry into another noble house to join 2 of the 7 houses into an alliance.
Oh man, political bullshit.
Oh, maybe you can have your sister's eggs.
For any unified Tharian response, someone would need to unify all 7 clans.
Okay. So she's well on her way.
She's got 2 down.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
And she's asked she's basically arranged for you to go through this trial, to become part of this process. And he says, I'm pleased that you would welcome this challenge. I wish you luck. The first challenge has already begun. Somewhere on this vehicle is a bomb powerful enough to destroy it. It will go off in 35 minutes. Good luck. And the bot shorts out.
There's a bomb?
Well, this is our first test, gentlemen.
Kvat has begun.
You know what?
I suggest we get to it.
Yeah, let's move fast. I got this. Let's go. Let's find that bomb. I'll defuse the hell out of that bomb.
Does this vehicle have the equivalent of an airlock that we could put something in the airlock, do an internal seal, and then void out?
Yeah, like is there a crapper where we could like flush out?
Or is the entire vehicle pressurized like a standard plane? Well, is there an airlock so that we can eject something out of this vehicle without depressurizing the vehicle?
You're getting sucked the fuck out. In layman's terms.
It's already. This started when you broke out of suborbital. So you are within an atmosphere. So you wouldn't have a void.
I'm not worried about a void. I'm worried about being sucked out and having to fall.
The only exit is a repressurized ramp.
All right, let's put it this way. Are there any fucking parachutes?
There is a. There are parawings, which are kind of hang glider parachutes.
Oh yeah.
They are required by law. Right by the. So there's actually a cabinet where they're supposed to be.
Are they? I'm gonna check. Are they there? Or is that part of the test where they don't give you any of the shit?
So how big is this area?
They're not there.
They're not there?
Okay, this robot needs to...
They're not there. They've removed the parachute.
God, all right. Somebody, all right. You're the bomb guy, right, Blob?
Yeah. It's
All
Pluto, but yeah. I'm the bomb.
Well, I don't pay any attention to actual names. All right, let's go. Let's find this bomb.
Let's go. I don't know where we're looking, so what do we have to
Under
search?
the seats,
Yeah.
open panels.
I've been looking through the panels for booze anyway, so I keep looking through panels.
The bomb is in you.
Does anyone have security system detect?
Shit, no. I've got.
That's funny. I was going to take that too.
I have security system access.
Yeah, I have access and operate computers and bypass security.
Yeah, I've got locks and operate and computer access and operate. Weapon repair, open locks.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, you're going to be doing a basic column shift test.
All right.
We're going to do it by. We're going to do it by your roll. Everybody, roll your INT.
All right. So teach me, how do I do that? What do I do?
Fuck.
Your intelligence score, INT, whatever it is, roll under.
Is that percentile?
It's one of your character stats.
Yeah, I see.
It's under physical data.
Is it percentile?
Yes.
Yes. All right, I have a 40.
Yeah.
Fuck.
God damn it.
I rolled
that pretty
100.
much sums it up. I gave an 87 out of 40. So new.
You rolled 100?
I rolled a...
I did, yeah.
Wait a
And I
minute.
rolled a 66.
I got a 10.
Nice.
So, did anyone make it?
Yeah, I made it.
Block got it.
Did anyone make it? Okay. So, the bomb expert actually found the bomb.
All right.
And who rolled 100?
I did.
You-
Chorus.
I don't like being co-opted like this. We were put on this friggin' plane and had no choice.
Okay. So, the person who rolled the 100.
Mm-hmm.
Chorus. The Saurian.
The one that started all this shit.
You're digging through a panel looking for this, and while you're doing that, you like hit like a lever, underneath this access thing,
You fall out of the plane.
And all of your luggage just falls out of the plane.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait a minute. Out of the plane?
Yeah.
As in...
You've just dumped the cargo.
You just drop the load.
He goes, I don't know what happened.
Nobody knows that happened but you, by the way.
Oh, nobody knows?
Yeah.
So
No.
I was
But
like,
you
fuck,
did
under
it,
my
and you
breath.
heard the door open, and you like look out the window, and you see all of the bags with all of your weapons and equipment.
There's underwear and shit. My weapon is on me.
Well, I closed the panel, and I moved to the next one.
Don't...
Okay. All right, so you found the bomb.
Yeah.
And I've got to tell you, it's designed for overkill. There's 3 times the necessary explosives to blow this fucking plane up.
I'm defusing all.
They
of
won't
it.
find. They may not even find wreckage.
They wanted to find your fingerprints.
There's
So
no
you're
chance
gonna
this
need-
bomb's gonna go off.
You found it pretty quickly, so you've got enough time for 3 attempts.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Whole
Do it,
campaign can end here, guys.
That's true.
So I have a
Pressure.
demolitions of 2, level 2.
Okay. So it is a rather simple bomb. They
Okay.
didn't do anything fancy to it. So you're not going to have any negative column shifts. They didn't try and make something, impossible to defuse. But you still need to roll under 45, and you've got 3 attempts.
All right. I just rolled a 17.
Nice.
Okay, you immediately disarm it quite handily, and as it's easily disarmed, you pull it and the power goes down, gunner stalls, and then it emits or feel it like vibrating, and the plane immediately begins losing massive amounts of altitude. It like dips and starts pitching towards the ocean.
Towards it.
Pilot.
And the
who's
second
pilot?
trial of Kvat has begun.
I'm just gonna slap the shit out of it. Alright. I'm gonna move towards the pilot of the cockpit. I'm gonna move towards the cockpit and see if there's anyone actually in there.
Door's locked.
I'm gonna knock
Does anyone
politely.
have defeat security?
I have
Okay, you knock
bypass
politely.
security.
Nothing.
No, I'm banging on the
All right, you'll
fucking
need to run a
door.
bypass on the door.
I have
Oh,
deactivated
remember,
security systems.
Didn't have an organic pilot. It's remote.
Alright, I'm gonna unlock. I'm gonna use my open locks and try to unlock the door.
Okay.
I have
It's
level
open
1.
locks, defeat security, stop bypass security.
Yep. No, I got a 70.
All right, you pull out the panel. That's not going to work. Anyone can defeat security or bypass security.
All right. I'm
I
going
have-
with deactivate security. I got a 52.
And what was your level on defeat
Level
security?
1, deactivate security.
That's not going to work.
Oh shit.
I have
All right, at
level 1.
this point,
I have level 1 bypass
Okay.
security.
okay, basically, one person's tried to, unlock the door, doesn't work. One person's tried to defeat the security, doesn't work. At this point, the air car is now spinning. So all rolls are going to be -1 column shift. So you're kind of like holding on as it's in almost a flat spin, plummeting towards the ocean. So you can roll that, but you're now going to need. What level did you have for? Was that bypass security?
I'm gonna shoot
Yeah,
the
I have a
door.
level 1 bypass. Tick tick. Level 1
Okay,
bypass.
so now it's you got to roll under a 38 because it's
Oh,
-1 because you're in a flat spin.
All right.
You got this, Tick Tick.
Do it.
Oh my god, I think I did it. I rolled a 14.
Yes! Fuck you, plane.
You open it. You open it, and you literally see, the flashing of blue, green, as you're in a flat spin. I need everyone to roll a stamina check.
Got it.
Got it.
30,
Got it.
36 from 45.
Barely made. I rolled a 42. I got a 45.
Oh, nice.
Okay. None of you black out, although the 42 starts to feel very, very dizzy. You get the door to the cockpit open. There's no pilot, and the autopilot has been shut down.
I'm gonna grab the yoke.
Does anyone have pilot spirit?
I have just general vehicle use, if that would help.
Better than nothing.
I know, right? I'm still gonna grab the yoke. I know a little bit about it. Where's the brake on this thing?
So no one's a trained pilot.
No. If this was a motorcycle, it'd be no problem.
Where's the override? Where's the override?
How hard can it be to pilot? Come on.
I know, right? Just shoot everything.
Pull back or push a button.
Yeah. Well, you want to push down if you're in spin. Don't pull back.
Okay. Each one of you can try a 0-level attempt to at least get some kind of control of this vehicle, although that's going to be 38.
38.
The other option would be to turn back on the autopilot.
I rolled a 15.
Okay. Nice.
Make sure that's a.
Okay, the frost
I rolled a 15.
and grabs it, kind of does what he figured out how to do in the movies, and at least levels it out. You can't land, don't know where you're going, probably can't turn, but you've pulled out of the spin and gotten control of the vehicle. So someone is going to need to... Okay. So someone else is going to need to turn back on the autopilot.
Right.
So does anyone have activate robots or...
I do have activate robotics.
Nice.
Okay, roll that.
I have level 1 and I got a 52.
52. Okay, you're gonna have to roll again.
I can't quite find it. How about an 08?
Okay. The first time doesn't work. The second time you manage to get it. You've lost some altitude and you're a little off course. The autopilot comes back on and you see it immediately gets a signal from somewhere and it takes you in a completely different direction. Like once it's, the controls are yanked out of your hands and it banks hard and starts descending and you realize it's taking you to a part of Fallow that is not where the hunting lodge is.
Not on the map.
Uh-oh.
Well, we got the autopilot engaged, but we're heading in a different direction now.
All right. Well, it's better than crashing.
That is true.
Can you wave and say hi?
Hello.
Hello.
She has decided to get out of bed.
It's your bedtime.
So,
You can blame her.
All right, go upstairs.
the air car lands like 2 hours later. It takes you deep, deep into the fallow continent, to a place where, it's almost pristine. Like these are far away from any of the resorts or the hunting lodges or the scientific teams or not even near any of the smattering of farms and settlements. So you are in like deep Endor-esque jungle, and it lands. The back ramp falls. It slowly descends, and you get the rush of moist, like cool, moist air.
Shit. All right. Well, I'm checking to make sure my gun is still strapped nicely in the holster. All my personal belongings that I took with me.
Check the luggage.
Minus my underwear. We're in the jungle. We need clean socks.
I look down at my bare feet.
You fucker. What happened to our luggage? Do I see the hold open?
Yeah, the it's where all the luggage was stored is now.
I'm looking underneath. And I'm like, what the fuck? What does that mean?
I think it's a further challenge.
What to dress in grass leaves?
Well, we must be self-sufficient.
Yeah, all right. Did you cause this?
To prove ourselves.
Did you do this? What did you do, Ray?
I've done nothing.
All right. I think something's not right. There's something's rotten. In the state
At that point, your robot steward turns back on, receiving a signal from somewhere.
I'm gonna shoot it in the head.
Roll.
I'm not doing that. What does it do now?
It walks out and it plays another hologram.
Obi-Wan, you're all
Aryan man. It says, "Very good. You've survived 2 challenges.
Shit.
Gather close, please, and I will explain the next one."
Cora steps forward.
And there's a big puff
You guys are way too okay with this shit.
as the robot in this like puff of mist, and you're all sprayed by it. You're properly prepared, the man says. You must go to the village of Neloha to help defend it against the dangerous Maltag, who has picked up your scent. Now, the Maltag is a sacred animal, and it can only be killed with consecrated weapons. To shed its blood otherwise would invite dishonor. We have supplied such weapons to your physical specifications in a cache nearby.
Yeah, all right.
Find it.
We're gonna give you special clothing, my ass. I knew something was up with that bullshit.
Or basically, you're saying that this village is somewhere to the west. You have been sprayed with pheromones to attract the Maltag to you.
What the fuck?
And the weapons you're being given are primitive weapons. You have 2 bows, 4 daggers, 2 swords, 2 staves, 4 bolos, 4 hand axes, 2 spears, and 2 javelins.
How are we gonna carry all that shit? Oh wait, it doesn't matter. We have no luggage. We can carry it.
I think it's meant so that you can have a selection.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they expect you to carry all of it.
I have 4 arms.
While these are very primitive weapons, they are anything but primitive in design. These are high-tech black ceramic composite weapons. So they're primitive weapons, but they're done in very high-tech design.
Well made.
And they're made to your specification.
All right.
Now,
There better be many, many eggs for you.
now, Koras, you know that the Maltag is a creature from Kishkin. Genetic samples of many wild animals were taken with the plans of cloning some of the most important sacred animals to your species. And, you've heard of Maltag in zoos, a few that have been cloned, but this is the first time you've ever heard of one running wild. And from what you know of the ecological controls on Losend, setting such a creature loose here would be incredibly illegal.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, so I let those guys know. I say this is when our planet was taken over, we had taken genetic samples from many of the sacred animals. I've heard of Maltags being in zoos, but to release one here is almost sacrilegious. It must be here specifically for this trial. So gear up as best as you can.
Oh.
The weapons are specified
By the
for
way,
us. Go ahead.
A Maltag is a creature the size of a grizzly bear. It's reptilian, but has the build of a panther, and it can change the coloring of its skin to camouflage, and it usually kills by launching a volley of poisonous darts from its tail.
Huh. I will also relay that information.
I will. Tick scurries over next to Koras and, laying a hand on his shoulder, says, "Come, my friend, we will kill this animal and bring you much glory and take many, many selfies with it. It shall be glorious."
Just be careful. The
This is ridiculous.
the tails shoots the poison. We must be continually on our guard. They blend in very well with the background. They can change their colors at will. We'll have to be ever vigilant.
All right, so I need to have everyone write down which weapons they take.
Well, Jesus.
And does anyone have, the skill for primitive weapons?
I do.
I'm not even gonna bother with one.
Let's see. You said there were bolos,
Axe,
Sword, knife, axe,
spear,
javelin. When you don't take a weapon, I will pick one that looks like it's about your. Like you see me look at one and kind of look at another one and look at you, and I hand you. I'll hand you a spear and say, the blood is of the Maltag is sacred. It must only be killed with the weapons provided.
Who are you talking to? Me?
To you.
All right, I'll take it reluctantly. I hate you.
And yet you are here with me, friend.
I'll take 2 hand axes and
You know
2 javelins.
If the creature is shot, you fail the challenge.
So Tick is interested
It has to be killed with traditional weapons.
Yeah, that's what I'm explaining to him.
I'm gonna stab you with this later.
Tick is interested in the bolos, javelin, and hand axe.
So you gave me a spear?
Yeah, I mean, you can also take whatever you want. But
You're looking to stay out of melee combat.
Seriously. I can use it as a hiking stick.
if you would prefer to not engage the creature directly, you can also use one of the bows.
No, if I'm gonna do this nonsense, I might as well get my hands dirty.
That's the spirit.
All right. So,
Shut up.
does anyone have the navigation skill?
No, I have
We've got everything
tracking
but
and survival. Will tracking and/or survival help at all?
Oh, the skill would be find direction. It's an explorer skill.
Where's the sun?
I do not have it.
All right. So you're gonna have to roll on 0. Give me a roll of 38.
All right.
Under 38.
Everybody?
78.
Failure.
My dice hate this game for some reason.
Was Tick able to roll?
Yeah, everyone. If it's 0, if you're all at 0, got nothing to lose.
I rolled a 34.
27.
34 might do it. Oh, what, 27?
27.
That'll definitely do it. You guys actually, while you're looking, you find something of a footpath.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to follow, but you found it, and now that you're aware of it, you can kind of follow it on the way. But literally, you see nothing in that direction. You will be moving for hours. So we're going to say that everybody roll a stamina check, STA, unless you have endurance.
I do have endurance.
I have endurance.
Okay, if you have endurance, you don't need to roll.
All right.
I failed by 1 point.
Oof.
Okay.
You shit your pants.
I rolled a 46. I have a 45 stamina.
I rolled an 09.
Okay. You're able to go until probably 2 hours before dark, and you realize there's nothing on this trail for any time you can see. So, like it or not, you're going to have to camp out here. Some of you felt well enough to continue force marching, but light is going to be a serious issue unless you make torches.
Well, we had flashlights, but that was in the fucking luggage.
It can't go no further. He is completely spent by a day of dangerous hiking and a near fatal plane crash and bombing. It's just okay.
It's too much. He snaps.
Very stressful. Yeah, no. Well, can I use survival to try to set up a sufficient?
Yes, you can.
All right. It's a +2 column shift
what it's
for the skill.
So roll.
All right.
Yep.
So 08.
08.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a critical success. You not only set up a camp.
You make a full course meal.
Okay, the rest of you see Karas go into this weird mode that you've never seen him before. He starts a fire. He builds a shelter. He sets up some snares and catches some small game. He pulls out some herbs off of a tree and says, "Rub this on your faces; it'll keep the bugs off." And then still has the wherewithal to set up some loose sticks and twigs in a 50-meter ring around your camp. That if anything large tries to creep up on you guys, you should have some warning. And like you guys have never seen him. You've never been out in the woods with him, and kind of didn't even know he had this skill set.
I tear it up.
It's the least you could do. But thank you.
So you guys are out in the woods with primitive weapons.
No
eating
luggage.
small game on some mossy mats. Praying you don't get attacked before dawn by a creature that can camouflage itself and has poison darts in its tail.
Beautiful. So we have to try and kill with primitive weapons.
Right, and I think we'll end here because this is a nice spot to let the cliffhanger hang.
Yeah, this is really great. Thank you, sir. Do we still want to play on Wednesday?
Yeah. If you guys are free, we can try and do that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I knew this wasn't going to be a one-session thing, and as you can see, this is why I couldn't drop someone in the middle of the game, because I was planning to have you guys, stranded in the wilderness.
Yeah. Thank you.
Worst camping trip ever.
Yeah. Well, it's not so far so good. It's not too bad.
I made everybody very comfortable.
You're gonna make us breakfast now too.
Although Tick does takes a little bit of offense to the bigotry that Karas showed when he said, "Rub this on your face to keep the insects off your face." And I don't know.
I think he would have been, racially sensitive and said, parasites.
Ah, okay, all right.
Well.
Irritating
all right,
fauna.
I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys are having fun.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
Good time.
I don't know how well it holds up, but this was the shit back in the 80s.
It's holding up well, sir. I can attest to that.
Well, it's all in the storytelling.
All right, guys,
I mean,
great.
the system kind of,
I like the ease and the easiness of it. Actually.
Yeah.
You just roll some dice and there you go.
Yeah. It was funny. The first time we played, people were confused, and they were confused because it was so simple. And they're like,
Yep.
"Is it really? Is that just it? There's nothing." I'm like, "No, there's nothing else.
Yep,
This is
that's
just,
it.
you know,
Yeah.
like,
That's
you know,
percentile.
these primitive lungfish can't be this primitive." I'm like, "No, they're that primitive. They never evolved in the crunchy 3rd edition, you know, Pathfinder system. It's just simple, stupid, elegant, you know."
Mm-hmm.
These are like the sharks of role playing. They were perfect in the 80s and they never needed to change.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool.
All
Very
right,
cool.
so again, we will reconvene hopefully in a little less than a week, and try and get you guys to this village.
Cool.
And
So I will have visitors
Figure out
in the house that Wednesday. So my log on time will probably be about the same as it was today, which was around 8:30 Central Time.
That's fine. That's good with us.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I think if we just get a little further, you know, get through the killing the sacred dinosaur displacer beast basilisk
Sacred
panther.
rhino.
It's like a combination of 5 D&D creatures, and they all suck.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to it, guys. We'll talk more about this on the page,
Cool.
and hopefully we entertain some OSR nerds on YouTube.
Yeah, totally. Get a little
All right,
follow. All right.
Cool.
See you guys.
See you later. Thanks,
See you
Oscar.
Thanks, Oscar.
See you
Later.
guys.
Later. You staying on, Joe?